Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to do a full length workout with our theraband. So let's get started right away. Place the feet right underneath the body, standing up nice and tall, growing space between your vertebrae, drawing your belly button into your spine, lifting the pelvic floor. Breath in, exhale, we're going to roll down, curving the spine, breathing in when we reach the floor. Exhale, rolling up all the way. Breath in and down we go. Bend the knees over toes, let those arms hang, relax the back of the neck, rolling up as you exhale. Last one. Breathing in and rolling up. As we stand tall, we're going to take those arms out to the side, moving straight into side bends without breaking our movement. Inhale as we tilt, exhale as we come up. Always the same 3 exercises for our warm-ups. Means we can bend the spine in 3 different ways in the first 2 to 3 minutes of class. Set us up for a good session. So we'll keep everything from the waist down, nice and stable. Pelvis stays on top of the knees and ankles. And we'll make the next one the last one, to each side. And let's come up through center, palms to face the ceiling, bend those knees. It's a double twist. And double twist. On that second twist, think of it, it's just a little bit of an extra reach. Just a tiny bit more range. That's it. And next one, last one. Back to center. And arms down, give those shoulders a roll. So we're going to grab our theraband and we're going to take a step to the back of the mat. You're going to take both arms out in front and we want just a tiny bit of pressure or stretch on that theraband. So nice big step forward with the left leg. I've got my right heel lifted and my feet are kind of on train tracks. That's kind of how you want to think about it, parallel. Shoulders down, draw that tummy in, lift the pelvic floor. No stretching on the band just yet as we inhale, lower the knee to the floor and exhale, stand tall. Inhale, lower down, exhale, stand tall. So I'm pushing through the heel of my front foot. Starting to build a bit of body weight, bit of body heat in those legs. And let's get going with the arms. So on the exhale, we're going to pull on the band. Inhale, release. That's it. So we want to keep those arms mostly straight. And we're going to do 4, 3, keep that core nice and strong, 2, and 1. Hold here, just the arms, in and out. Holding a nice strong lunge position with those legs. We want to feel nice and open across the chest, engaging the muscles between our shoulder blades, lower traps, rhomboids, that kind of thing. 3 and 2 and 1 and up we come, arms above our head. Nice, we're coming to goalpost arms this time. So as we lunge, we're going to bring the band behind our head and the elbows straight out to the side. We want a right angle with those elbows. Two more times, 2 and 1. Arms forward, big step back, and arms down. Give those shoulders a roll. Okay, so here we are on the mat. We're going to take our band and wrap it around our feet like so. Taking the heels towards the top of the mat, you can sit towards the center of your mat and the band is nice and tight. So sitting up as tall as we can, we want to be right on those sit bones. So let's go with some straight back tilts. Inhale, we lean back, stretching the band. Exhale, straight back up. So I'm not C-curving the spine, just going for a nice straight back tilts. keeping the arms straight. So it's not about the biceps, it's about our abdominals. The band is helping us out just a little bit. Keeping the shoulders back. We're going to change this up in just a second. 2 and 1. Good. This time we're going to round to the back and roll back onto our sacrum. Round, roll forward and sit tall. So we round, C-curve the spine, roll onto the sacrum, round and sit tall. So there's just a little difference in those two exercises. Nice one. Starting to get some heat in those abs, which is what we want. Nice. All right, holding here. We may just loosen up the band just a little bit so we can get those biceps involved. So we really want to pull that tummy in, especially the part just below the belly button. Keep those shoulders back, squeeze between the shoulder blades as you pull those elbows behind the body. Keep that butt nice and tucked so we can really feel that scooping action of the lower tummy. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's roll all the way up. Loosen up your band and rolling down to that same point. We're going to hold here, arms out to the side. Ooh, there we go. Hit the cabinet. Might move myself over a little bit. Out and in. Out and in. So still really focusing on those tummy muscles. I know that the arms and some shoulder, you're going to feel your shoulders and your arms, but I really want you to focus through those abdominals. That's it. And let's go 5 more times. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rolling up. Give the shoulders a bit of a roll. Okay, we're going to shorten that band up again now. I might just move myself back into the center of the mat. We're going to roll down. We're going to float those legs up. So we've got a bit of a balancing act going on here. So really scoop that tummy, squeeze the knees together. We're going with the upper half of the body first. So you're going to stretch the band as we lean back and then pulling ourselves back up to where we started. So it's quite a small movement and we're trying not to move the bottom half of the body, which is much harder than it sounds. So keep the legs nice and still, focusing in on the control with those tummy muscles. Good. It's a tough one. 2 more times. 2. Last one. Nice. Now we're going to go into the lower half of the body. So keeping the upper body nice and still, you're going to press those legs into the band, not necessarily all the way, and then pull the knees towards the chest. Press into the band. Pull those knees in. So again, just as challenging as the other exercise, isolating the top half of the body from the bottom half. Good. 3, 2, and last 1. Now the next part of the exercise, we're going to do it both together. It is easier. It's not like I've saved the best for last or anything. So back we go. It's easier because we can counterbalance our body weight. So it's still challenging, but I think you'll find it is easier. The tighter you've got that band, the more support you're going to have, the easier you're going to find this awful exercise. We've just got 3 more to do. 3, 2, and last one. Guess what? We get to go all the way down to the mat now. So lower those legs, straighten them up, sit up nice and tall, and we're going to do 1 roll up to get all the way down to the mat. Okay, from here, little mini roll-ups. Nodding the chin to chest, rolling the spine up. We want to feel the base of the shoulder blades just leaving the floor. So that's just about there for me. Then we're going to lift a little bit higher, and then we want to go back to that point where the shoulder blades not quite hit the mat yet. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep those shoulders back. We don't want to compress the chest. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. That's the way. Legs are together and lower. You can do it. Think happy thoughts. 5, 4, 3, 2, hooray, and 1. We're going to go all the way up, all the way around the spine, sitting tall. This time we're not going quite as low, so let's set up the same way. Little squeeze between the shoulder blades, sit up as tall as you can. Start to roll down. So this time we want the very top of the pelvis just to be hovering off the mat. So it's about there. Inhale, lift a bit and lower. So we're not letting that lower back hit the floor, giving our abs a nice strong workout today. That's it. And 5, you can do it. 4, going into the legs after this, giving the abs a break. 3, 2, and 1, all the way down to the mat. Nice, good. You're gonna bring those legs in, and we're gonna rescue the band and just place the feet down on the mat. And I'm just gonna place the band across my my pelvis there for now. We're going to go back to it in a minute. So hands down by our side, relax the shoulders, neutral spine, small gap, pelvic tilt, and rocking back and forth, just giving your lower back some love. And as you can tell, this is still a very active abdominal exercise. So we still want to use our lower abs to round the spine, and then we want to extend up into our back to create that arch. So round and arch, round and arch. That's it. And we're going to continue into a pelvic curl. Up we go. Squeeze the glutes at the top, rolling down, back to neutral. Breath in, rolling up. Be kind to yourself. If you don't feel like you want to go all the way up into your bridge today, of course you don't have to. We're only human. We can't do everything perfect every time. Cut yourself a bit of slack. The fact that you've given yourself this time to do some exercise should be celebration enough. And 3 more times. 3, and 2, last one. Up we go. From the top here, we're gonna tilt our pelvis side to side. So we wanna still find that height. We wanna keep fairly still through the ribs and just allow the pelvis to tilt side to side. That's it. Close those ribs, draw them towards each other. And we'll come back to center, squeeze those glutes, keep them squeezing all the way down, back to neutral. Grab your band, place it nice and low down over your hips, the tops of your legs. Anchoring the little fingers to the floor. When instead of rolling the spine, we're just going to lift straight up and lower straight down. So it's really up to you how tight you have that band. Just enough to make our glutes and hamstrings work that extra little bit harder. Of course, you don't have to use the band if you don't want to. The added benefit of the band is we're really using those triceps if you've got the band tight enough. That's the way. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and holding at the top here, and 1. Rising up and lower. Lift, lower. Very nice. Work through those calf muscles, press those hips up. Excellent. Just 3 more. 2, and holding here. So we're up on those toes. Go as high as you can, then come down just a touch. So it's harder for us to hold here. We're going to use more of our ankle stabilizers. We're going to lift one leg, place it down. Other side, place it down. Lots of stuff going on here. Challenging exercise. Keep those hips up. Make sure you're not locking the toes or locking the feet. That's it. Notice if it's easier for you on one side, harder on the other. If it is, totally normal, not to worry about that. Good. 3 more times each side. 3. And 2, try not to lose the height of your hips. And last one. And both feet down, both heels down, press those hips up, rolling back down to the mat. Bring the knees in, give yourself a little cuddle, a little stretch for the lower back. That always feels nice. Little rock side to side. All right, we're gonna lose the band for now, so just pop it off to the side there somewhere. Pressing the lower back down into the ground, arms out to the side, flattening out those abdominals. We're gonna twist nice and gently to start with. Working through those obliques. Keep the shoulders and the arms relaxed, but also basically relaxed and active at the same time, if that makes any sense at all. So if they're totally relaxed, they'd kind of be here like this, might be lifting up, that sort of thing. So active, but not tense, I should say. Doesn't matter if you flex or point your feet. I'm just getting a bit of a foot cramp here, so have to flex them for a bit. Really pull those tummy muscles down. That's it. Only one more. All right, ready for some more chest lifts. So hands behind the head, flatten out those tummy muscles. Exhale, lift. And straighten one leg. Pull it in. The other. Pull it in. And release down to the mat. So we lift up, joining the top of your pelvis with the bottom of your ribs. Tap. Tap. And release. We lift up, tap, tap, and rolling down. Try not to let your lower back lift up off the mat there. Always a challenge, especially if you already have a sway back. So it's nice and slow, nice and controlled. Maybe you don't want to take your leg all the way to the ground, you just want to go out on a 45-degree angle. That's fine as well, working to your own level. Tap, foot cramp central, tap, and release. Lifting up, this is the last one. Tap, tap, and release. Nice work. We're going to straighten up those legs as best we can, of course. Lifting into a chest lift. We're going to go out, in, a little bit lower, out, in, and one more level, out, in, up to 90 degrees, and back down to the mat with the upper body. Lift the head and chest. Same thing. Out, in, really flatten out through your abdominals, a bit lower, out, in, a little bit lower, out, in, all the way back up and down. Can we do 3 more sets of this? So lift, out, in, a little bit lower, out, in, a little bit lower, out, in, all the way up and down. 2 more times through. Lift, out, in, lower, out, in, lower, out, in, up to 90 degrees, and down. This is the last one, lovelies. Lift, out, in, lower, out, in, lower, out, in, up, down. Good. Bring those knees in for a nice cuddle. Allow the tailbone to lift up off the floor. Side to side wobble. Feels good. Woo. And we're going to do a little extended bridge just for our back, really. So bring those heels in as close to your tailbone as you can, placing your hands close to your glutes there. We're going to lift up into a bridge, wobble those elbows together, clasp your hands, press down into the mat, open those ribs, nice arch of the spine. We try not to let those knees open, squeeze them together. Keep continuing to gently press the hips up to the roof, and then wobble those arms back out, lower the hips down. Nice. We're going to grab onto the right knee, send the left leg along the mat. Just going to move this right leg around a little bit, opening up through that hip, whatever feels good. Bring it across, gently lower it down to the floor, looking over your opposite shoulder. Settling into this stretch, it feels really nice, as you know, one of my favorites. And we'll come back through center, give that knee one last little cuddle here, and then we'll swap the legs over. So lower down, or I might just move myself over a little bit. Bring that knee up, move it around a little bit. Movement is life after all. And let's pull that leg all the way across. Find the floor. And breathe. Feels nice, feels different this side. You might feel that you really need that kind of twisting, stretchy openness feeling. I certainly do at the moment. It feels good. Live it, love it, or at least try. All right, turning ourselves over now for a little bit of glute work. So we're going to make our way onto our hands and knees here. Wrists right underneath the shoulders. Find that neutral spine. We're going to just do a few cat-cows here, so don't think too much. We're just going to get that spine moving. No rules with this one for today. Just whatever feels good. Good. That's it. Maybe we'll just twist, tilt, move side to side, whatever makes you feel good. All right, getting set up, ready to move now. So starting with the arm, lower it down, other arm. Then we're going into the legs. Take it back and down, other side and down. And the arm and in, other arm and in. One leg, bring it in, other leg, bring it in, through again, and in, other arm, and in. Watch the spine, nice and stable, other leg. Here we go, last time through, and in. Watch that spine, and in. First leg, and in, other leg, and in. Nice one. So the whole idea of that is to try and keep that back nice and supported, not flopping around or anything like that. Let's go with our left leg now. So we're going to keep it bent. You're going to press it up, pull it in, press it up, pull it in. That's it. Make sure we're not getting weak through our chest, so push the floor away. Yeah, nice one. Use the glute, you use your hammy. Keeping the knee at a right angle. We want that back to stay nice and stable. We're going to add the opposite arm, the right arm. So as you press your leg up, extend your right arm. Bring it in. Same arm, same leg. bring it in. So stabilizing really, really well is the kind of key to this. 3, 2, and 1, and other side. So leg up and in, straight into it, no rest, and in. Doing our best. You can also drop down to your elbows with this one. If you have any wrist compression, of course you won't be able to do the arm part, but that's all right. Still getting the lower half of the body. All right, let's go. Left arm, right leg. Hopefully spine not moving around too much. Feel really strong in your core, through your back, through your lower abdominals, through your upper abdominals, like you're wearing an imaginary corset, wrapping around the middle of your body. 2 more, 2, and 1, and whoa, nearly lost it on that last one. Good seeing as we're here, let's go straight into a plank, stepping one leg back, then the other one, holding nice, strong plank situation here. So we've got a couple of options for this next one. We're going to come into a little bit of a back extension, and if this is too strong, you can lower your knees down to the mat. Make sure you're not compressing through that lower back, but if you can, just holding and lifting back up into your plank here. So we take the body weight forward, lift that chest all the way up to a full plank. Whew, it's a strong one. Forward, gently lower the pelvis, chest up, back to your plank. Let's do 2 more rounds. Body weight forward, chest up, and back to plank. This is our last one, guys. You can do it. And back to plank. One knee in, then the other. Sitting back into your rest pose. Tuck that chin right under. If your shoulders are getting tired, just pop your hands back like so. Allow the shoulders to relax, to flop. Good. Feel your spine kind of lengthening, releasing any tension. Great. Okay, we're going to continue with the front support kind of idea. So we're going to place the hands on the mat. We're lifting into a downward dog. So tuck those toes, lift up, and gently straighten out the knees. You're just going to take a few seconds to kind of feel at one with this position, because it can be really uncomfortable. So bit by bit, we just work on it. It becomes a nice place to hang out eventually. A little bit of a squeeze between the shoulder blades. You want to feel like you're externally rotating those shoulder joints. Of course, your heels do not have to be flat on the mat here. We're going to start to walk it out. Just keep those shoulders well away from the ears. That's it. Enjoy this. Try and enjoy it. A little bit more work for our glutes coming up. All right, so I'm just gonna walk my feet in a tiny little bit here. Either you have bent knees and you're sticking your butt up into the air, or it's the same kind of idea with straight legs. It's totally your call. We're gonna release one leg, take it up, and bring it down. Other leg, take it up, and bring it down. So you're not necessarily pressing that leg absolutely as high as you can. Just something that your body is happy with today. Nice. Feel a really good stretch of your hamstrings, of your inner thighs. Using the strength in your glutes to take your leg up. All right, one more each side. And then we'll leave this leg up in the air. We're going to bend the knee. I'm going to do some nice hip circles here. Doing the best we can. Not giving yourself a hard time if you find it's the hardest thing in the world. Sometimes it does feel like it's the hardest thing in the world, but just doing your best. And all the way down other side. Lift the leg up, bend. Nice big circles of the hip. And we're going to go back the other way. One more time. And then all the way back down. Bend the knees. This time, take the knees wide. Walk those hands out right up on your tippy fingers. Tippy fingers, is that a thing? Tips of your fingers, I think, is what I was searching for. Looking towards the top of your mat, pressing your collarbones down. Feel. And then we're going to walk our hands back in. Give those shoulders a roll. Last little thing we're going to do is a little bit of a stretch before we get back up onto our feet. So sticking one leg out, then the other, not aiming to overstretch our bodies, of course, unless you want to. Taking the hands forward, and we're just going to do a little tilt side to side. Just loosening up the body. If you prefer to have your hands behind, if you need kind of that extra bit of support, and that's fine. You can have your hands wherever you like, wherever it makes you happy. Just tilting side to side. You want to feel just a little bit of something going on in here. I'm going to press one shoulder forward, just gently. Not aiming to get our chest on the floor today. Then the other side. Nice little lean into our stretch. Maybe using your hands to gently roll your hips back. For 3, 2, and 1. Sitting tall, bounce those legs back together, give them a bit of a shake out, and we're going to come up to standing. Okay, here we are right at the end. Thanks for joining me today, but before we go, let's do those roll down. So let's place those feet right underneath us, standing up tall, rolling down just the same as we did at the beginning of class, 3 times. Remember how you felt, compare it to how you feel now. And this is your last one. Up we come. Roll those shoulders back, and we're all done. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.